This is the Victorinox Swiss Army Chrono Classic XLS MT. It's 45 millimeters wide. It's 11 millimeters thick, and it has 23 millimeter lungs, which I don't particularly like because it's really hard to buy replacement straps for them. But it comes on this stainless steel bracelet. This they call it a gunmetal PVD, which is quite nice. I do like it. I'm not quite sure if I will change the strap to, because I prefer to wear watches with leather straps or croc straps. I'm not a big fan of bracelets, but this does suit it very well, and it is quite comfortable. It's a sapphire crystal, which is triple coated. You can see it's really easy to read, but when you get it in the light it does there, but from there it looks like there's no crystal whatsoever, so it's really nice. It's water resistant to 100 meters, which is a real plus considering this is not a screw down crown. The crown controls all of the functions, which I'll go into later. It's got a luminous hands, but the hour markers are not luminous, which is a real shame. If they put lume on all of these around here, it would have been really nice. It would have made the watch a lot better at night time. It's still very legible at night. The lume on this is quite good. It's got a screw down back. Just focus there, which is not in the gunmetal grey or black, whatever they want to call it. But it does look a bit odd when you have it like that, but I guess because it's the back it doesn't really matter. Now it runs the ETA 988-333 movement, which is a bit of a mouthful. That's the same movement Breitling use in their aerospace. You can probably tell it does look a lot like an aerospace, and it's got exactly the same functions as an aerospace, but at I think a third of the price. The Breitling Aerospace, I think, is something in the region of £3,000 now. And you can pick this up for £1,000, and if not cheaper. It's got two LED screens, as you can see. I'll put it on a stand later and we can have a good look at it. I do like I said before, the clasp is quite good. It's got this double locking clasp, and then it's got this lock as well. It's got the logo there, if it'll focus. So it's really good. So the problem with a lot of these push button ones are they do get released sometimes when it's on your wrist, but with that there, it will stop it from coming off your wrist. It's a bit stiff. It's a new watch, so it's a bit stiff. So I do like that. So it keeps it nice and secure on your wrist. Let's go into some of the functions of the watch. Now all the menus are run through the crown. So you just scroll through using the crown. Now, if you look, there's a massive amount of place. If you do it gently, it's not moving at all. So you gotta give it a good swipe when it goes to the next one, which is really weird. So if we start from the 0, so that turns off all the screen completely. You can leave it on that. Some people do. I just scroll through them depending on what I'm using it for. So if you go through the first one, that's the alarm. So it's just got the one daily alarm on there. The next one is the chronograph. Now technically it's got two types of chronograph. Now if you see, it says Chrono there, and it's got the SP. That stands for split chronograph. So if you start it and then stop it, the chronograph is still running. So you can do split time. So if you start it again, it's jumped straight to the next one. So it's 10:07, so, and it's still running. So if you want to do some split timing, you can use it for that. And to reset it, you turn it off and then hold and that resets it. The next one, this is the normal chronograph, so when you start it and stop it, it will just start and stop there, so it's not going to move on any further. So this is just your standard chrono. And again, to reset, press and hold. And then this is your time zone. It's got a second time zone. This is quite a handy thing, especially for traveling. One of the reasons I got this watch is because I use it as will be using it as a travel watch. I used to have, well, I still have my Breitling, where is it, B1. If it'll just focus. This used to be my main travel watch. I'm going to do a review of that, so I'll put that on as well. But one of the reasons I picked this is because it's got the 2 time zones and it's water resistant, it's really well built, and it can take a real beating. And my B1 is fantastic as a travel watch, but one of the reasons I don't use it so much now is I haven't changed the battery for a long time, and the seals will have perished by now, so I can't take it anywhere in the sea or swimming in the pool or anything else like that. So, and I don't like leaving my watches in the hotel safe because they're not that secure. Anyway, back to the watch. So the next one, this is your timer. So to set the timer, you pull the crown out, and it can set for literally 24 hours. So if you move it that way, you can set the time to the 24 hours or whatever time you want. Or if you want to set it to, say, 10 minutes, then you scroll it this way. Now, one of the problems with this movement, and I had an aerospace many years ago, and one of the things I hated about it was when you want to set the timer, or if you want to set the time, you've got to scroll through the whole lot. So if you want to set a 4-hour timer, you've actually got to go all the way through to 4 hours. Unlike the B1 where you can do it individually, hours, minutes, seconds. So that's a bit of a downside to it, but it's not really such a big deal if you don't use your timer too much. The alarm on this and the timer it's not very good. It's because of the screw down back. It's not very loud at all. Let me just show you the back of my B1. Let's put this to the side a bit. So if you look at my B1, see it's got that, it's like an aeroplane engine. Now that lets out a lot of noise. It's one of the loudest alarms that I've had. I think the only other one as loud as this is the Omega X33, which is a similar watch to the Breitling. Right, next one is you've got your day date. So you've got Monday the 16th. And then you've got the 16th, which is your date, and then it will just scroll through your seconds. So you can leave it on here and just have the date and the seconds running. Now, the hand moves in 30-minute increments. Now, another problem with one of these, this is my second Victorinox, and the other one had the same issue. If you look here, at the moment it's almost bang on. So when it'll change to 8 o'clock, you'll see the hand move to 12, and you see it's almost bang on, but there is a slight, let me just get something to point it out. You see there's a slight miss there, and as it goes round it keeps missing. So when you get to about here, when it reads 12, it will actually read 12.5. Now the other ones do the exactly same, and apparently other people have said the same thing, so all of these will do this. The aerospace doesn't do this, but then you're paying 3 times the price for an aerospace, so it's a lot more refined than this one. So you get what you pay for. One of the downsides of this is there's no backlight. So when it's dark, these are just useless. You can't see them at all unless you shine a light to them. So at night time, you're just relying on this to tell you the time. So if you want to use this for night, it's not very good at all. But the older Aerospaces don't have backlights either. The new Aerospace Advantage, they have them, so not such a big issue. This is also not chronometer certified, unlike the Aerospace. And that's about it. Otherwise, it's almost identical to an Aerospace. The Aerospace is a lot smaller. I do wish they'd made it smaller. I don't understand why they've made it 45 millimeters. It's really big, and it doesn't need to be that big. They could have, if they were going to make it this big, they could have just made the screens a little bit bigger. See, there's plenty of room there, and they could have made them bigger so you could see it a lot better.